This is fantastic. This is what Brock did against the Dolphins that like made my mind blow up. Like, this is who Brock is. This is how Brock plays football. This is elite awareness. Like, this is just elite understanding of football. When we're talking about Russell Wilson earlier, this is exactly what Russell Wilson does. This is right out of the Russell Wilson playbook, 100%. Again, you have a free rusher in Minkah Fitzpatrick coming off the edge, unblocked. And guess what? Brock Purdy knows this. He is not surprised by this. This is intentional. This is what he did in his first game against the Dolphins. So again, he's proving this is not a fluke. He's proving that this is who he is. And this is what he's doing. Look, his eyes to the right, Rush coming off the left, Minkah right here. We said the same thing that Dolphins game. We said the same thing against the Dolphins. This Minkah right here believes that he's about to be on Sports Center with an absolute shot on Brock Purdy on his blind side. Psych! This is who Brock Purdy is. That's why they say he is him. This is elite awareness. Bro sells. This is a bait. He's baiting Minkah. Do you see the angle and how he flattens to the quarterback? That's exactly what Brock does. He sits there, keeps his eyes downfield, cool, calm, and collected. Where's my open guy? Out. This is by design. This is intentional. We've seen it many, 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 many times on film. And they're not clued into it yet. They don't expect it. Whoop. Flips hips, throws, dart. All right. So I've seen this debated. Was this pass intended for Kittle? Let's talk about that, because this was a great throw by Debo, but I've heard a lot of people say that throw is intended for Kittle and he snagged it. This is why I don't think this was intended for Kittle, because based on this relation, right? Okay, spins out. And right here, Brock has decided to throw. The process has begun. I know where I'm throwing this football, and this is where I'm going with it. Look at Kittle right here. He's not in ideal positioning, right? Like, there's no indication that Kittle is coming back necessarily. Like, I feel like this timing, I'm not seeing it that's where he's going, right? So I do believe that this was intended for BA, even though Kittle was coming back to the football. When Brock decides to let this thing rip, I don't think that would be the ideal positioning. I think getting the ball away from the defender with Debo right here, who sat down in the zone, that feels like where he's going with it, right? So I've seen a lot of people say, "Oh, he's going for Kittle." I don't necessarily believe that's the case, because again, Kittle's first inclination is to go up the field. So Brock is looking at all this. And by the time he gathers to throw, that's when Kittle breaks, and that's why I don't think it's on Kittle. I don't think why he's going to Kittle. I think he was going to Debo. But that's, again, I could be wrong. I could be right. That's the way I'm contextualizing it based on how he's looking at. It looks like he's looking at he's looking at Debo. Debo sits. He sees it, flips, throws. So I think he was throwing it to Debo Samuel, but I could be wrong because I don't know for sure. This is nasty work. Whew! Look at that bailout. Whoop. Nasty work. Dog. The stones you have to just stand here the whole time knowing you have a free rush. That's Minkah Fitzpatrick. Many would consider him the best safety in the NFL on a free rush to your backside. And you're just, what's going on? Oh, I'm out of here. Beautiful. Beautiful. Nasty work. Nasty. Guys, we got a quarterback. We got a freaking quarterback. Y'all better be hyped. Y'all better be hyped. We said it all year. I don't care who's under center for the San Francisco 49ers unless I don't care as long as they play the position well. I don't care. Could have been a potato, remember?